The following is a presentation of the Retro Network.
Family Matters and Step by Step will return next week. Now get set for a holiday legend.
Come on and sit a spell. We've got stories and jokes to tell. It's gonna be a great Noel. It's the Advent Calendar House. Muppets, Pac-Man, Smurfs, and even Garfield's Halloween. We're gonna take a trip down memory lane. Frosty, Rudolph, and a bunch you've probably never seen. It's Mike and pals that come to entertain. Turn the knob and lift the latch for fun and laughs that can't be matched. But just beware the icy patch. It's the Advent Calendar House.
Welcome to the Advent Calendar House, a podcast created as part of a seemingly endless life debt that resulted in a wish to give the world the gift of a bunch of nerds with microphones talking about old TV holiday specials. And now you know my dark origins. Well, it's almost Christmas in July proper, so it is time to bring in another season for a landing, and I sure hope today's special has enough magic to keep us flying. So join us as we get violently tossed off course back to 1996 and rediscover what I thought was a lost gem, but it hung in there way longer than I think anyone realized. This special is called The Story of Santa Claus. I am Baby Elf wearing nothing but a diaper in sub-zero temperatures, but you can free me anytime by giving me a sock, Mike Westfall. And joining me is an elf wizard who may or may not have stolen his hat from a Disney sorcerer, and that's where all the giant walls of water that eventually bring Santa to the North Pole come from. It's Colin Murr from Scrooge A Christmas Carol podcast. Hi, Colin.
Hey, glad to be here.
Thank you. And as God is his witness, he thought lemmings could fly. It's Jeff Lofton from the Lost Christmas podcast. Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Mike, and it depends on how you throw them.
That's very true. Thank you both for being here. This is one of those, I remember it being advertised. I remember seeing it on lists of forgotten Christmas specials, but I had not gotten around to seeing it before now. Colin, I remember you mentioning this before to me, but tell me your history with the story of Santa Claus.
So this is one that I don't think I saw it when I was a kid, but I was aware of like this idea of competing origin stories of Santa Claus. Because every kid sees Santa Claus is coming to town, right? That's the classic.
Mm-hmm.
I was really little and I remember like the life and adventures of Santa Claus. It's like, oh, these don't seem to line up. Then there's this third one. So I don't think I saw it, but maybe I did and it just got into the stew somewhere. But I did see it a few years ago. And I was like, I mentioned it on another episode we recorded. I'm like, I got to revisit that sometime.
Jeff, what about you?
Yeah, so this one I remember probably from from high school. So like the late 90s, early aughts. So reruns, obviously. But I love I'm a sucker for a good origin story of Santa, especially something different, slightly different. So I remember it, and I, like you, when I was researching this, I realized it was like on much later than I ever imagined.
Oh yeah, so this thing, okay, so the story of Santa Claus first aired on CBS on December 7th, 1996, and I think they kept running it until very recently, like into the 2020s.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 2021 is the last I saw, which is wild.
Wow.
That's just nuts.
Never would have thought that.
No, wow.
This is a Film Roman production, too. Longtime producers of The Simpsons and the old Garfield specials.
Yeah.
And it was directed by Toby Bluth, the late Toby Bluth, younger brother of Don Bluth. And Toby's animation work can also be seen in Alvin and the Chipmunks, including A Chipmunk Christmas. And he was a background artist for the Smurfs cartoon. This, though, was his directorial debut. And you can definitely see some hints of influence from Big Brother Don in here. The animation in this special tends to teeter above and below a certain level of quality at times.
Yeah, it's high variance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the moments that the love was put into.
Yeah, like some scenes look great, and others look like they really had to rush it into production, but
Yeah, what was on the storyboard versus
Yes,
what was not.
it's something to watch. And if you want to watch this, I found a copy on the Internet Archive of a broadcast from 1997, so the year after it debuted. And that one had commercials, and those are always fun.
It's a blast.
Hope y'all like True Value, because that was...
And Home Alone 3.
Yeah, Home Alone 3 was coming out that year,
Yeah.
but True Value was the sponsor for this airing of it, and they played the same commercial during every break, just changing up one of the featured sales. But it's always a live Santa walking on a roof before falling through it.
The 90s really liked injuring Santa.
They sure
Yeah, they
did.
do. They sure do. Yeah, with streaming taking over, I miss the live commercials, even if it's like slight variations, because, you know, like when I watch something now, I get literally the exact same like 4 commercials every show all the time because they're so specifically targeted.
Right, yeah. Well, yeah, that's what this felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah, as of last year in 2025, MeTV Tunes has picked up this special. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did, but they can't air Garfield's Christmas special every year? Come on.
That's a shame.
Yeah, because that's a wonderful Christmas special.
It really is.
I will say, so Toby Bluth did the Babes in Toyland, right? The late 90s version also?
Oh, I think you're right.
Because the art style is very, very reminiscent, like, and with the same, we'll call it fluctuations in quality.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So,
well, that makes a lot of sense now. Anyway, here we go into this special. We open in some town in what subtitles tell us is Europe a long time ago. No need to elaborate further, just Europe. Anywhere's fine.
Helpful.
Yeah. It's not like it's a big place.
No, right. A long time ago was also not specific, and I'm not sure if that's accurate either, but we'll get into that in a little bit.
Oh, you have the same map note I do, yeah.
Oh, the map. Okay. You saw that too. The man who will be Santa is a toy maker named Nicholas who runs a shop called Claus Toys. So his name is Nicholas Claus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's one of those situations like Mario.
Exactly.
And they backpedaled too far to try and make it make sense, and now we're stuck with Nicholas Claus, who is voiced by Ed Asner.
Here, let me show you my latest creation.
One of the best to ever do it. He's been Santa a bunch of times, most famously in Elf.
Yep.
We talked about him in All of the Other Reindeer, but this is his first credit as Santa Claus that I could find. I've seen some lists online that count some episode he was in of Highway to Heaven, where he's an angel who dresses up like Santa and grants people's wishes. That doesn't count. This is it.
Yeah.
And he's so different than Elf here, too. It's lovely. He's very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a great, perhaps it just fit with the story really well. Like his voice just kind of resonates. But I mean, it's Ed Asner, so you can't really complain.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, it's a much sweeter Santa. Like the last time I talked about Ed Asner on this show was as Lou Grant on the Mary Tyler Moore Show, and I feel like his Santa in Elf is a lot closer to that. Whereas this one, is much sweeter, something you would expect from Santa Claus. But
yeah, I mean, this had a banging cast too. Like, let's be honest, this was a great cast. Great cast.
Yeah, Ed Asner. I talk about Mary Tyler Moore. That was also the last time I talked about the voice of Mrs. Claus, Betty White.
We've been planning to deliver toys to your old orphanage. Why not now? What have we got to lose?
Great casting.
Who would later play Mrs. Claus again in the Prep and Landing series.
Yep. Which is fantastic.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
Love it.
So I found a MeTV article that claims Ed Asner signed on to this because he would be reunited with Betty White. But then in the same paragraph, it quotes him as saying Betty was a late addition to the cast. So I don't know what to believe.
I mean, if it's voice work, you're not really going to see a lot of the other person anyway, right? Like,
That's true, too.
Yeah.
You might not see any of them.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you could be filming months apart.
Yeah, I remember when Tom Hanks and Tim Allen were in the same studio for one of the Toy Stories. It was an anomaly.
Mm-hmm.
So Mrs. Claus, she's named Gretchen in this story. Gretchen Claus. Get out of here with Jessica.
I couldn't find any meaning in that name, like
No.
any specific reason why they picked it. Yeah.
Well, it's a much more neutrally European name for a much more
Agreed.
neutrally European location.
Right. Somewhere in Europe.
Yes. And we meet some snooty neighbors gossiping outside of the Claus's window.
Oh, poor Gretchen Claus. They have no children and no money. Just what does she see in that crazy husband of hers? I just heard a rumor. Yes? Her pet name for him is Santa. She thinks he's a saint.
So in that sense, he's Santa right out of the gate here. It's an interesting way to introduce that.
Yeah. Maybe they didn't want to go the religious way.
I guess not. She calls him her saint because he gives away more of his toys than he actually sells. And these ladies outside her shop have a laugh at that because he's going broke because of it. The man just can't help giving toys to children who visit his shop. We see a bunch of kids gathered in a shop now, including one particularly poor-looking boy who wears a cap over his bald head. He looked like Dopey from Disney's Snow White.
That's exactly what I read. Is that Dopey?
Same.
And sure enough, Nicholas gives him a toy boat. So when we meet Mr. and Mrs. Claus, they're already a pretty old couple. We don't get an origin of them meeting.
Mm-hmm.
But we do get a very brief origin of where Nicholas came from. He says he grew up in an orphanage on some place called Angel's Island.
Interesting.
Angel's Island is one of those places that sounds nice, but is probably vaguely threatening.
Yeah, no, this orphanage, when we see it later, it looks like a prison. It looks like Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so Angel Island is in California, right? So maybe, I don't know.
Well, that's not Europe.
Well, I mean, depending on at what point in time.
Yeah.
It's the extended Europe.
A really, really long time ago, it's Pangea. That's why you can see it across the water.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Don't think about it.
Just hand wave it.
Boy, he has that New York accent.
There you go. Nicholas makes a passing comment about how he'd have given anything for someone to cheer him up like he did for that kid he gave the boat to, if only just once a year. And that thought is where he apparently gets the idea of giving gifts to children on Christmas.
That's it. There should be a celebration one day each year so that all children will know they are loved. And what better day than Christmas?
This seems way too early for that very specific thought to occur to him, I thought.
Yeah, it's pretty slight.
Agreed. I mean, and, you know, I'm a sucker for an origin story. So if we're talking like orphanages, right? So that puts it at maybe the 400s. Sorry, I'm a nerd about this, right? So like the Romans started orphanages in the 400s based on like Jewish and Athenian law. So, I mean, maybe this is post Nicholas of Myra, and maybe it's, you know, the gift-giving methodology has already been established, so he's piggybacking.
I think it's way post Nicholas of Myra because he's about to start singing here.
Yes.
We'll get to that a bit. He sings about how his wish to give every child in the world a toy.
I wish I could give every child in the world a toy. A twinkly trinket to tickle each girl and boy. Oh, I guarantee 'twould surely tickle me to give every child in the world a toy.
And right away I noticed that's not Ed Asner singing. That's Jim Cummings singing.
That is Jimmy Cummings, yep.
Oh, yeah. Last time I talked about Jim Cummings was as the voice of Taz. I feel like I've gotten to know Jim Cummings' voice when I hear it. You know the song Be Prepared from The Lion King?
When there's actual singing in it, yeah, that's...
Yeah, well, most of that is sung by Jeremy Irons as Scar, but there's one point in the song where it suddenly switches to Jim Cummings doing the singing. And if you know his voice, you can hear exactly when it switches.
Interesting.
And so now I immediately registered that this is his voice and not Ed Asner singing about wanting to give every child in the world a toy. Really, his Santa singing voice is just Tigger without the lisp.
Which, I mean, that's a defining feature, though, right?
Yeah. But this is where I think that this is a lot later than when Nicholas of Myra lived, because he's got a map of the world on his wall. That's a really modern-looking map with well-drawn continents on there that they wouldn't have even known about in Europe around that time.
It's got Australia, which got to be the most recent on there.
Oh, Australia's on there. Yeah. Oh, forget that.
It's called Australia.
I mean, this map could just, we'll say it's like, yeah, that's right. It's like 1940. Right.
There we go.
Europe a
About
long
that.
time ago, i.e. 50 years ago.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
what I'm gonna say.
We do get a flashback here of him at the orphanage that looks like Alcatraz, making his first toy as a younger boy. Every kid in this special looks like they have a clown nose. They all have those little pink button noses. Even the adults all have pinkish noses. That was an odd choice, I thought.
It's youthful exuberance.
There we
right?
go.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, after he's done singing his song, there's a loud knock at the door, and in walks the Claus's landlord, Mr. Minch, who's come to evict them.
Pay up by tomorrow, or you're out.
So this guy's got a cane, a top hat, and a red waistcoat. He is absolutely supposed to give Scrooge vibes, right?
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's also Jim Cummings voicing this guy. He sounds like evil Darkwing Duck, I thought.
I mean, 90s, Disney-ish.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Let's go with it. Disney adjacent.
So since the Clauses can't pay their mortgage on the shop, Mr. Minch decides to take Gretchen's wedding ring instead. Nicholas tries to stop him, offers him all his toys, which are now bundled up in a big bag, but Mr. Minch doesn't want toys. He calls them worthless, so he takes the wedding ring and, along with kicking them out, considers the Clauses' debt settled. They're obviously devastated.
It couldn't have been worth much to him, but it meant everything to me.
I'm so sorry, darling. It's all my fault. I'm going to change.
And this really upsets Nicholas. He vows to stop giving things away. And I thought that was going to be a big plot point here, but Gretchen quickly tells him, no, please don't stop. That's what makes you my Santa. So their plan now was to go to the old orphanage and give away the rest of his toys. They try and board a ship to the island, but they don't have any money. So he tries to trade a Jack-in-the-Box for a ticket, and the ship's captain throws that overboard. That's when they see that poor bald-headed kid from earlier, the one Santa gave a toy boat. He's at the harbor with his dad and tells him, hey, that's the man who gave me this. So Dad is more than happy to let the Clauses borrow a ship. Doesn't look terribly far away, this island that he's trying to get to. But as they get close, an extremely violent thunderstorm seems to form right over their tiny boat and tosses it way off course.
Quite far.
Can we talk about this storm? Because we see a lot of weird stuff in it.
Yes, I think we need to. Yeah, I mean, like, what angry deity or powerful being did they disrupt to get this storm like this?
Something is going on here. At one point, we see a shadow of a large claw that looks like it's trying to grab them. We see eyes flashing behind a streak of lightning, like these huge eyes in the sky. At one point, it looks like they're going to fall off a big waterfall in the middle of the sea, and all his toys get tossed overboard. Look like wreckage of a ship floating in almost blood-red waves.
Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Pirates of Dark Water and like the intensity of the like ocean faring stuff.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, good call. It felt to me like Toby Bluth was trying to make us think someone conjured this storm to keep the Clauses away from that orphanage, but we never mentioned it again.
Not important.
Nice idea. Shame something happened to it.
Yeah. We find the wreckage of their boat buried in snow. I don't know where this island was in relation to the rest of the world, but that storm tossed their ship all the way to what I guess is the North Pole.
Yeah.
It's a cold place.
It's a cold place.
Cold place with elves.
Yes.
That's right.
Nicholas and Gretchen regain consciousness to find a bright star and the northern lights shining over a nearby village, and that's when I realized this is very similar to the origin story as Santa Claus the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just water instead of getting trapped in the ice or whatever.
Right.
That's
In
right.
that one.
Yeah.
Both find an old childless man known for giving toys to children and his wife left for dead, only to wake up in the snow in front of a place illuminated by the stars above. It is really similar.
Yeah.
And both are found by elves, except in this one, they first appear as these glowing orbs of light. Talking glowing balls of light.
Welcome to the North Pole.
Now go home.
Yeah, it was very Tinkerbell-esque to me.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
the fairies, yeah.
Yeah.
We've recently watched the Tinkerbell movies, and it reminds me of Hook, right? So, like when Julia Roberts is like the ball before she becomes like the humanoid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those were good. The Tinkerbell movies were like better than I expected them to be.
They're much higher quality than they deserve to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the glowing orbs suddenly transforms into an elf wearing sort of a suit of armor.
Carbon fiber.
Yeah, carbon fiber. Yeah, it's all silver. And it looks like a little Tin Man with elf ears.
It does.
Yeah.
One of the other orbs tells him, "Stay invisible, troops!" So this is why we don't normally see elves in real life, I guess, because they're supposedly invisible to the human eye, but only at night. Once dawn hits, the grouchier-sounding elf explains their magic starts to fade. Okay.
Specific lore.
Yeah, this is weird lore. It's about to get weirder.
I mean, you could say they're kind of vampiric in a way, right? Like their powers are strongest at night.
Oh,
they're hidden
yeah.
away from society.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's a whole other episode, though.
That explains the blood red water in that
that's exactly
in the
right.
storm. This elf is dressed like a wizard. He's got a purple robe and a moon and stars hat that looks like the sorcerers from Fantasia. This wizardly elf is named Nostros, and he's voiced by Tim Curry.
Man those elf shots! The enemy is among us!
The amazing Tim Curry.
Legend. Yeah.
Always love when he shows up.
Everything, I just love it.
Mhm.
Love it.
Last time I talked about Tim Curry, he was the Mouse King in Barbie and the Nutcracker. He's just as hostile as first here as Nostros. He decides the Clauses are the enemy and orders a whole fleet of these soldier elves to fire arrows at them. But then another voice tells them to wait.
Wait for me!
And we see the shadow of a much more traditional-looking elf boy who hops down a snowy hill only to get caught in a rolling snowball that bowls over all the soldiers. But it also breaks the ice he lands on. It cracks, almost sending this kid plummeting down this fissure in the very thick ice. But Santa grabs him at the last second and brings him to safety.
Mm-hmm.
We find out this is Nostros' son, Clement, and he is voiced by Miko Hughes. Jeff, we talked about Miko in The Town Santa Forgot.
We sure did.
Yeah, he was 10 years old in 1996.
Yeah, he was a good, relatively popular child voice actor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, lots of stuff, lots of credits.
This is a year after Full House ended, and a year before he played that homeless kid in Spawn. So there's your timeline.
Oh, man, I did not know about the Spawn appearance, but okay, interesting. Good to know.
He's very recognizable at that age.
Yes.
So Santa has saved the elf boy Clement's life, and though it pains Nostros to say so, it's apparently elfin code that when someone rescues an elf, they are immediately granted their fondest wish. Nostros points out this elfin code in a magic book that follows him around. Like, the book itself appears to be self-aware and seems to nudge him to remind him, hey, you owe this guy a wish.
Really Odd Parents-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
The whole book.
I was thinking Odd Parents meets Pagemaster meets...
it does look like a Pagemaster book.
Johnny Quest and the Book of Rage? Y'all remember the Book of Rage?
I don't remember the Book of Rage.
Oh man, there was a villain, an overarching villain that from Johnny Quest that always read from the Book of Rage.
Huh.
And it turns out it was empty and he was just crazy. But
it's been a while since I watched Johnny Quest, so...
Oh man, it's a wild ride.
Santa thinks he and his wife have died and gone to heaven, but another elf appears and corrects them.
You are presently located at the geographic North Pole, not to be confused with the magnetic North Pole, which is constantly shifting.
I like that they make the difference.
And the geomagnetic North Pole. There's a third one. Yeah, and that's not aligned.
Right. There have been times when I've theorized, I wonder if Santa actually works at the magnetic North Pole and it just kind of floats around with that.
That's what we get in the Mexican Santa Claus movie from 1959. He's floating above the North Pole in a castle, and I imagine it's moving with the... Yeah.
Oh, good call.
I like that. Yeah, that is a good call.
Don't ask me how many times I've watched that movie.
Enough.
Yes.
Hey, this is the group to not be judged by.
Yeah,
That
right.
true.
No, you're in good company. This very smart elf is named Aurora. Get it? And she is voiced by Catherine Zaremba, who, along with Miko Hughes, was also a child actor on Full House, playing another one of Michelle's friends, Lisa. I don't really remember Lisa, but she was only in that last season and sang a duet with their friend Derek. I remember Derek. He was like the really good actor and singer. So she must have had sassy theater kid energy too.
Probably.
Catherine also played Annie in a 1993 off-Broadway sequel musical called Annie Warbucks. I've never heard of this.
Annie?
There's a reason.
It was
sure.
it was apparently well reviewed though.
I mean,
but I don't know. Her most recent credit on IMDb was just a year after this, a Disney TV movie called Toothless, starring Kirstie Alley as a woman who becomes the Tooth Fairy.
I mean, I'd watch it.
They really like that premise, don't they?
They sure do.
Yeah,
they sure do.
Catherine is now an artist. She goes by Kate Zaremba. She's got her own studio, and her work includes wallpaper, textiles, murals, and backdrops. Really awesome work. I'll link to her in the show notes.
Okay.
Cool. Always glad when a child actor is living their own life.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
And there's no tragedy involved,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
Doesn't look like it. Looks like she's living her best life.
That's great.
It's always refreshing. Yeah.
Well, we already know Santa's wish. He sang a whole song about it. So he makes it official.
My wish would be to deliver brand new toys on Christmas to every child in the world.
And we see a shimmer of light spell out his wish in the sky. So it's super official now. It is etched among the stars, as Nostros puts it. And he's flabbergasted by this. For one, because it's selfless. He even suggests, wouldn't you rather have something for yourself? A castle, a nice pot of gold. But Gretchen confirms all her husband has ever wanted to do was make children happy. The other problem, as Aurora explains, is that it's a physically, logistically, and geographically impossible task. But if the elves fail to grant it, that apparently means every elf on Earth will lose their magic forever. Huh?
It's a big loophole.
I love that their whole code is built on, we will grant this to someone who does a selfless act. And then when they make a selfless wish, they're like, we can't do that.
Yeah, whoa, hey, let's be reasonable now.
Yeah, I've always wondered if there's if you endanger an elf intentionally and then save it by like just giving it back, do they owe you a wish?
Did you really save it?
I mean, from yourself, yes.
Right, yeah. So according to this cute little cartoon Christmas special, Santa Claus has doomed this entire society of elves into fulfilling his impossible wish, or they lose their powers forever. And he is very sorry for this. He offers to take back his wish, but Nostro says they can't. Santa didn't know he was making such a binding demand. He didn't know his wish was going to be etched among the stars and irreversible, but them's the breaks. So guess what, kids? Santa's the villain in his own story.
I mean, I think Nostros has to take some blame here for not explaining the full context of the wish.
Yeah, right.
Like some of this could have been alleviated by like communication.
You knew there was fine print.
Yeah.
Right, that's exactly right.
Well, he was also expecting this guy was just like, "Ooh, I wish for $1 million."
That's right. Was it notarized though? I didn't see anyone notarize it. So, right?
It was notarized in the sky.
In the sky. Yeah, that's fair.
It sure seems like at this point of the story that this special is trying to show us that Santa's own generosity has bankrupted him and his wife, and now it's endangered an entire species.
And all magic.
And he feels horrible about it, but Gretchen tries to think positive. She's a good partner. She reassures him.
Now listen to me, Santa. You're a good man with a noble dream. Clumsy, maybe, but we'll think of something.
They happen to be next to a large quarry of ice, and Gretchen comments, "I've never seen so much ice," and that gives Santa an idea. So he just helps himself to the blocks of ice in this quarry and starts building himself a workshop. And all the younger elf children, including Clement and Aurora, are curious what he's up to, and they gather around. The youngest elf here is a baby. He's carrying a bottle, and he's only wearing a diaper. He looks like Dobby.
Oh.
Yeah, Dobby and Dopey.
Dobby and Dobby, yeah.
Man.
There she goes again, stealing other people's ideas. So Santa explains to the elf children he needs a workshop, but Clement tells him,
Workshop? We elves don't believe in work. We have magic. Not for long, thanks to you.
Also, maybe this was for the best anyway.
Maybe.
Let's think about societally for the elves. Maybe they needed a little work.
What were they using that magic for, if not?
Right. Yeah, I'm wondering. We'll get to that later. Santa continues, if they're all bound by this wish, they've got a lot of toys to make, and the elf children don't even know what a toy is. Not even Aurora, the little walking dictionary. So with a callback to that short scene from his youth in the orphanage, carving his first toy out of wood, Santa takes out his trusty pocket knife and quickly carves a toy top out of a block of ice. The elf kids are all amazed, but Clement tries to pick it up, slips out of his hands, and it breaks. And Aurora very unhelpfully explains he destroys everything he touches. Gee, thanks. Way to make the kid feel like garbage.
Yeah, really. Real good encouragement on that.
No, both her and Nostros, this whole special, it's just like, oh, this guy's a jerk.
Yeah, it's Debbie Downer. Have y'all seen the SNL skit?
Yes.
Debbie Downer. Yeah.
Well, ice toys aren't going to cut it, so Santa says if only they had some wood. Clement doesn't know what wood either is, but Aurora does. They're at the North Pole. There are no trees there, but according to Aurora, there's a forest 11.11 kilometers from there. Well, I'm glad she charted that because no one else in the world has.
Right?
In our plane of existence, the northernmost known forest in the world is in Siberia, a little under 2,000 kilometers from the North Pole. But I'm entirely on board with some uncharted elven forest. Let's go.
Doing it for the sake of toys.
Yes.
Maybe it's elf kilometers.
Yeah, elves use the metric system. I suppose that's
Hey, yeah!
canon now.
And theirs is base 1,000 instead of base 10. So,
That's it.
It's a rounding error to them.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So Santa puts Aurora in charge of collecting the wood they need, but she won't have to do it by herself. He has Clement work with her as his top-notch field explorer.
Mm.
These two are not excited about working together. They're not very friendly with each other, as we found out. But Clement admits Aurora's the smartest of the elf children, but adds that also means she thinks she's the expert on everything. But Santa turns that into a positive. He says he needs experts to make this wish happen. Imagination experts. I like the way this Santa motivates. He's like the dream finder from Epcot.
Yeah, I think he's Coach Santa.
He knows it's too much, but he tries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He focuses on the two of them working as a team. With Aurora's brains and Clement's imagination, maybe they can pull it off. And I feel another song coming on.
Imagine making toys for all those girls and boys. We'll need a lot of stuff. Let's round up what we've got and give it our best shot. Maybe we'll pull it off.
So the elf kids head to the forest and ask some bears living there to help them carry some wood back to Santa. And these bears look happy to help. At first, we only see brown bears, though, and I thought, wait, why aren't these polar bears? We do see some show up later, but I was confused for a sec.
Again, this is like a rounding error, right? So if we're in Siberia, it could be, like they're Russian bears. I don't know.
Riding unicycles.
That's
Riding unicycles. Well, meanwhile, back at the ice quarry, Nostros confronts Santa.
How dare you? How dare you involve our children in your silly... What in the world are you doing?
And Santa explains he's building a workshop and asks, would you like to help? And Nostros is offended at the very notion of an elf doing manual labor. So Santa asks him, which is sillier, trying to accomplish the ridiculously impossible or giving up without even trying? And Nostros won't even answer that. He just shakes his head in disgust. And he watches through his telescope at them building this workshop. He gets a line in, you'll never pull it off. But they do. All of the elf kids and some bears bring back a whole bunch of wood to build a workshop. Clement helps a pair of polar bears, there they are, haul a large pine tree back. I bet we'll see that decorated later.
Right.
And the adult elves are actually very impressed by this, at the determination of their own children. They make comments like, "We can't even get our kids to brush their teeth." One's like, "Whoa, is that my kid, whom I can't pay to shovel the walk? What are you talking about? This whole time, Nostros has been like, elves have magic. We don't do work."
It's affluenza. Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah.
You're too rich with magic to actually have to do anything.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
The important thing is the adult elves are actually motivated by their own kids working together, that they start to think maybe this Claus fellow can pull it off, and they start helping out too. But not Nostros. He's not happy to see his son joining in this tomfoolery. And when Santa informs him actually Clement's in charge, Nostros is even more upset. Gives his son a death stare that makes the poor kid ashamed to the point of tears. And he forbids Clement from having any part of building this workshop.
Yeah, I'm still confused as to why they wouldn't all help anyways, and considering their entire world is about to fall apart.
I know. Well, it looks like they're all now on board, but I don't know why it took them until seeing the kids do it. I guess they needed that motivation. I guess it was true. It was like, no, we don't do work. We don't know what that is.
Nostros is a weird character in that way because he's not a villain, but he has every single piece of villain coding. Like he looks like that. He's voiced by Tim Curry. He's constantly trying to stop things going on, but he never actually does anything villainous.
No, I was waiting for him to be just like, "That's it. You're not doing this. I don't want you a part." But no, it never happens.
Yeah, like the landlord was actually him in disguise or something. But
that would have been fun.
That's awesome.
So yeah, now every other elf is on board, and as soon as it's nighttime again, the elves' magic kicks in so they can finger wave the rest of the workshop together. Never mind that they're at the North Pole, which is supposed to have one big, long 6-month daytime and one big, long 6-month nighttime. That really puts a wrench in the elf magic lore they set up here.
Yeah, I hadn't even considered that until now. So, well, show's over. I'm done.
Yeah, all right, the end. But the workshop's ready. That's what's important. So now they all get started making toys. It's a pretty standard-looking Santa's workshop. All the elves are at workbenches making everything from trains to doll dresses to candy canes. Santa's teaching a bunch of them how to carve toys out of wood. I don't think I mentioned this, but he's got something of a superpower where he whittles these toys at superhuman speed. I wish we learned more about that.
Yeah, we're missing so much backstory here for an origin story.
Yeah.
Right, this is supposed to be the story of Santa Claus, and it's really just the story of the elves.
Yeah, this the story of building a workshop.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
exactly
it was
right.
a lot of this. This was a long song and a long montage. These elves also make cookies, and we see a baker using magic to stir cookie dough, and another fleet of elves can dancing on a big, long sheet of it with cookie cutters at their feet like snowshoes. Looks like a synchronized swimming scene from an old Hollywood movie.
They've got time for these like Busby Berkeley musical numbers, so they don't have time to make everyone in the world a toy.
Right.
That's right.
And poor Clement is forced to watch from his dad's telescope at home in his ice castle, while his dad continues to mumble, "Those fools actually believe they can do this." Hey man, you were the one who said he had to, or else your magic's gone forever. Wouldn't you like to keep your magic, guy in a sorcerer hat?
One would think.
You would think so. Maybe he's trying to find a loophole this whole time.
He does say something, "I'll find a loophole. I'll show them." We don't hear the end of his rant because Clement has slipped out of a window and later meets up with Aurora to show her something he built, and it's admittedly a rather crudely made sleigh, which I think is impressive that he was able to do that.
Agreed.
I can't build a sleigh.
Not that fast.
No, but Aurora can't help but laugh at it because she's kind of a snob.
I thought you were grounded. Shh. I snuck out to finish this.
You're kind of a jerk, Aurora. We'll get back to the sleigh later. Next, we get a rather short montage of elves working as pages on a daily calendar fly off to show the whole year going by, pausing a bit to watch Aurora fondly admire Santa and Mrs. Claus kissing in the middle of the workshop. They're old. They don't care if you're uncomfortable with their PDA.
That's right. Nicholas, and Gretchen, they were getting after it front of the elves. It's fine.
Good for them.
Yeah.
But now it is December 1st, and the countdown to Santa's first Christmas trip is on. Well, I guess the second one. The first one didn't work out well. It brought them here.
That's a good point.
Aurora's calculated the trip and is not optimistic about it because I think she messed up. She says Santa has to visit every kid's home in 12 hours. No, it's 24. That's how time zones work.
Yeah.
Actually, it's 25 because you got some outliers out there in the Pacific Ocean.
It's true.
So it's twice as much time.
Gotta focus it around the international dateline or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It goes with their whole not knowing the North Pole bit. They're unaware of time zones.
No, yeah. Well, I guess so. You're right. Still, she says, even with all the elves' magic, you can never pull off that trip. And Clement jokes, yeah, what's he gonna do, fly? And of course, Santa makes a face like, that's it! And Aurora's not happy about that. She storms into the other room and complains, he did it again, I study all the facts, and Clement ends up coming up with all the good ideas. While Mrs. Claus just happens to overhear Aurora and tells her she's come up with more than her share of good ideas. But that's not really what Aurora's problem is.
We're just, polar opposite. Can you imagine being stuck with someone who's nothing more than a silly, clumsy, completely illogical...
Oh, I think I can imagine that.
We all know where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kid, she married one.
That's right.
Silly, clumsy, illogical. My wife married one, too.
Same.
But instead of spelling that out for her, Gretchen simply tells Aurora there's more to life than facts and figures, and encourages her to give Clement a chance and try seeing the world from his perspective for a change. So reluctantly, she goes back to check out Clement's sleigh. He's trying to assemble the perfect team to pull it, and he's settled on 8 tiny penguins. Which, and I guess I can't stress this enough, don't live at the North Pole. Where did they find penguins?
At the menagerie?
Right, with those brown bears.
Yeah, just south of the bears. Yeah, they live in the forest. Well, the penguins aren't going to pull the sleigh, and neither is Clement's second choice, walruses. Then he tries lemmings, which I thought was a great joke.
Agreed. I love it.
It's almost like Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny. It's like, try this animal.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, boy. I'm going to have to do that eventually.
Oh, well,
Yes.
that is that. I'll make it quick. I had mentioned that in the past to my girlfriend, and like, oh, this thing Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny. I didn't tell her what it was, and she assumed it was a cartoon. And then she saw a clip from it. She's like, oh, that's so much more terrifying than I expected.
Oh, yeah.
It is. Which is why it's a must-watch.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Oh, but Aurora's like, I don't know. Something feels strange about lemmings, and they do the thing. It's okay. There's apparently enough snow to cushion their fall. And it turns out to be a good thing they went over that cliff because at the bottom of it is a reindeer. That's it. That is this story's entire explanation of why reindeer. We found one.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
I feel like there's so much lore that just wasn't covered. You guys have talked about it so much. It's like,
no, we got to show them building this workshop. No, you don't. Show me reindeer.
Yeah. All those kids were dying for the workshop building montage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Story of Santa Claus, sponsored by True Value. No matter what you need, help is just around the corner.
At True Value, we've got all the decorations and gifts you'll need to get your home ready for the holidays. And anything else that might help.
Santa!
Keep the holidays charged up with these Duracell batteries. Just $236 or $288. True Value. It's Christmas and help is just around the corner.
Hello, fellow Christmas lovers and enthusiasts. Are you missing that magic holiday feeling? What if we could unwrap a little bit of Christmas every single day? Welcome to Closer to Christmas, the daily podcast that counts down the days until the next Christmas. Think of it as an advent calendar for your ears. Each quick, festive episode brings you one day closer to twinkling lights, cozy nights, and that Merry Christmas magic we all love. Follow along on social media at Closer to Xmas for extra holiday cheer. And visit closertochristmas.com to listen, subscribe, and never miss a merry moment. Closer to Christmas, because the countdown to magic starts today.
Well, now it's 4 days till Christmas, and we see the elves in the workshop starting to get tired and sluggish. Aurora's sewing something and accidentally sticks Clement with her needle, which causes him to accidentally splash paint in her face.
Yeah.
They get into a little food fight type of thing, and he splashes more paint to another elf's face, and now we've got a whole big paint fight. This'll end well. Next thing you know, Santa walks in, gets paint flung in his face, and trips on a roller skate someone left lying around. It's always a roller skate.
Yeah, it is.
Sets off a chain reaction that ends with a toy soldier getting caught in the cogs of the workshop's main conveyor belt system, and paint is now everywhere. All the toys appear to be ruined. And Nostros, spying this from his telescope, cheers, "I knew it! I knew the elves couldn't do the impossible." Why is he happy about this?
If they insisted on a paint fight leading to an origin story, they should have had Santa come in with like a white suit and then he trips into red paint.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Yes. Yes.
It would have fit here, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the way everything else kind of shows up. Oh, the reindeer because the lemmings fell off the cliff. It really would have worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, he's just, look, everyone, I was right. We are going to lose our magic forever.
Hooray! Anyway.
Santa's not taking it nearly as well. He feels horrible for dooming the elves.
Oh, what an old fool I've been. Because of me and my impossible wish, all the elves of the world are doomed. Everyone would have been so much better off if I'd never even set foot on the North Pole.
I'm like, hey man, you didn't exactly go to the North Pole. You ended up there.
That's right.
You were thrown there by a hallucinogenic thunderstorm. By some angry god.
By an anthropomorphic thunderstorm.
Right!
That had, like, human features.
They still don't make sense of that.
No, again, there's very little explanation of anything. It's more like, this is a sequence of events that happened.
So this happened.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Clement overhears him and tells Santa, I wouldn't have been better off. Oh yeah, remember? He'd be dead. Or would he be? That series of events started when the elves reacted to Santa's arrival.
That's exactly right.
But I guess we can't dwell on could-have-beens. Clement's here to tell Santa, you're the only one who's ever believed in me. So he's here to remind Santa to believe in himself. With a song.
Of course.
Of course.
Please don't be sad. You've given us so much to dream about. And for the first time, I don't feel like I'm the odd elf out.
It's a sweet little song. He tells Santa, so what if your dream doesn't come true? What you believe in is better than magic, which is a great thought.
Sure.
If that's what you believe in, and, you know, yeah.
Especially when you're about to cause all magic to not exist.
Yeah. And it does appear that Miko Hughes is singing here. I wonder if he and Kate Zaremba still watch this every year. Do you think this is a good memory for them?
It's probably one of those things they don't even remember making. Like, they just did one day.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they were really young here. I know he was 10. I don't know how old she was, but...
Because I remember there's that Rudolph special from the 90s that Eric Idle has a character in, and someone asked him about that in the song he sings. He's like, I have no memory of this.
Okay, so after this, the elf soldiers come looking for Clement, asking, where are they? And he's as confused as I am. Where are what? The finished toys! Did you not know about the disaster in the workshop we saw like 5 minutes ago? I guess not, but Clement explains, the paint was still wet, so I hung them outside to dry. And he opens a big door, and we see all the toys are hung on that giant pine tree I said we'd see all decorated later.
Mm-hmm.
This was a cool touch, I thought. Here it is with all the toys sitting on it, like what we know now as ornaments.
Sure.
Aurora's the first one to call it a Christmas tree. There you go. She acknowledges he did something good.
That's right.
Meanwhile, and this is a really hard cut to Nostros, who's finally found his loophole. And he's so overjoyed, he gives his living book a kiss, and it uses his bookmark to wipe it off. So the loophole he found is taking a vote. Oh, okay. Surprise, the grumpy old wizard overlooked checks and balances.
Right. You would think he would want to know that inside and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he knows the rules of impeachment back and forth.
Right. So the elves can vote to erase Nicholas's wish from the stars, but it has to be a unanimous vote. It's like a jury's verdict.
All right, then. All those in favor of erasing the ridiculously impossible wish made by Nicholas Claus, raise your hands.
And none of the other elves raised their hands. I was actually surprised.
Same. I would think at least you get like 30%.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah, there's got to be some who are like, this is a bit too much here, guys.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be a situation like maybe half would raise their hands and the children would win them over in the end, but no. Because they're also hesitant to raise their hands when Nostros asks who's in favor of continuing to honor the wish. And Clement shyly raises his hand first, followed by the baby elf who looks like Dobby, and then Aurora, and then the other elf children, before all the adults finally join them. Nostros just warns them you'll all be sorry, and he grabs Clement's hand and takes him away before telling Nicholas,
The true test still lies ahead, Mr. Nicholas Claus, because now you and your friends have to deliver the goods. Literally.
So next it's finally Christmas Eve. Gretchen has the list and is checking it twice.
Mm-hmm.
They don't mention anything about naughty versus nice, and good.
Yeah. Agreed.
He says he wanted to give every child in the world a toy, and that includes the naughty ones.
It's a much later creation anyway. So
there you go.
Yeah, mythologically. He's just running out of... when he starts to run short on time, because, he has plenty of time right now.
They find the coal mine, it's like, idea.
That's right.
Like, no, I'm sorry, there isn't time, but put a pin in that.
That's right.
This is when the elf children bring Santa a wrapped present from all of them, and it's the red suit. There it is. I kind of like that it's a gift from the elf kids.
Yeah.
It's sweet, yeah.
But there's still a problem. Aurora has crunched her numbers one last time, and she still posits...
Looks like we're still going to have an insufficient supply of supernatural energy to propel the vehicle until dawn.
Which means?
Put in the simplest of terms, you're going to run out of magic.
What happens if we can't return before dawn?
You'll either burst into flames or you'll disintegrate.
Oh, okay. Was not expecting to hear that, but...
Yeah, that got a little dark, but okay.
Yeah.
Is elf magic just the speed force? Is that what this is?
It sounds like it.
It does. And if Santa's going to have any hope of not just succeeding in his task, but surviving it, he's going to need a magic expert to go with him. I wonder where they're going to find a magic expert. Oh, it's the guy in the magic hat. Aurora goes to tell Nostros, hey, guess what? You're the only one who can actually make this happen. And oh yeah, remember how you said all the elves will lose their magic? That includes you too, so you kind of don't have a choice.
That's right.
Yeah. Forced sidekick.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nostros just silently shakes his head no. His book gives him the equivalent of a disapproving look. It doesn't have eyes or anything, but it kind of arches itself back and curls its bookmark in a way that looks like it's putting your hand in your hip. Like, really? It's going to be like that?
I'm in favor of sassy objects, right?
Yeah.
I think sassy objects are fun,
Yeah.
right? That's half of what made Beauty and the Beast enjoyable.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like, character-wise, the book is his wife, so it makes sense.
That's exactly right. It's his chosen life partner at this point. So let's just roll.
Yeah.
So speaking, so we're not going to get into Clement's like lineage, right?
I mean, if you've got something, go for it.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like a laying an egg or like
could be, yeah.
Like pulling off like a limb and then like having a spawn from a limb and then you regrow it magically.
Oh, how is Elf Babby formed?
He's part book, which is why he wrote Visit from St. Nicholas later on.
There it is. I can't believe I didn't make that connection until now. Wow, good job. Clement.
We don't want to get into that discussion because
No.
It's a whole debate. I've covered that.
I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it. Clement Seymour did not write it. He did not write that. I'm not even. I have a whole episode on that.
Who's it?
So check it out.
I mentioned it in passing. You've got the whole episode covered. I can check that out.
Oh,
it's a fun topic for discussion. Yeah.
You're more truther. Yeah.
I am.
But Nostro, still without a word, turns his back on them as Aurora, along with Clement, leave in tears. And Nostros just takes his sorcerer hat off his head and stares coldly out his window. This guy is ready to pull the plug, and he doesn't care if everyone else goes down with him. The more I think about that, the gloomier it gets.
Yeah.
It's pretty bleak.
Yeah.
Guy needs a hug.
Yes, he does. But Santa's still going to give it a shot. He's now in his red suit and his matching hat.
Oh, but he's grown the beard now, too. He didn't have the beard before.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he had a bit of a shorter beard.
He had a mustache, and then later on he has a beard. It's not talked about, but
no, it's just
passage of time.
It's a long year.
That's right.
Yeah,
it is.
They showed the calendar pages. They got it covered.
Yeah.
Even Gretchen got a matching red dress, and she tells her husband,
"You'll pass with flying colors, Santa."
Don't you mean flying reindeer?
We haven't even seen them fly yet. I feel like this story's left out a lot.
Yeah.
We spent so much time building the workshop. But here it is. The time has come. Santa shouts, "Load her up." And next we see an elf on a little sled pulled by a squirrel place lanterns on the snow to make a runway so the sleigh can take off. I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Again, but if you had time for that, you had time to tell us about the reindeer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We see all the toys bundled up in many, many bags stacked on top of each other in a pile so tall it stretches out of the workshop through a skylight window. How are they going to get that all in one tiny rickety sleigh? Well, we might just be about to find out because we cut back to Nostros, still angrily staring out his window. Then he puts his hat back on and we see his eyes glow red. What is about to happen? I was kind of half thinking he found another loophole. The wish can be voided if he kills Santa.
That's what I was thinking the whole time, actually.
I was just like, oh no, it's the Meeseeks loophole. Kill Jerry.
That's right.
You keep expecting him to turn villainous, and this would be the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Storms out of his house, taking his book with him, and just as he's about to walk out the door, Clement calls behind him and asks,
"Can I help you, Dad?"
And Dad turns and nods his head. Clement smiles before his dad tells him,
"Stay out of trouble while I'm gone."
He slams, not his usual front door, but a jail cell door with iron bars that I guess he conjured. He's locking up Clement to make sure he stays out of whatever trouble he's about to start.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah.
Or has he? We saw Clement sneak out the window before, and I guess that's what he does again, because next, we see Nostros appear before Santa in a flash of lightning, and Clement's right behind him. He just followed him the whole way. He and Aurora hide in one of the bags piled up, who knows how high. But what's Nostros going to do here? Right here, I'm expecting some kind of big showdown.
Yeah.
But, without a word, he cracks open his magic book, waves his hand, and turns the rickety old sleigh his son made into a much grander-looking red and gold sleigh. I am not sure exactly what I was expecting to happen, but it sure was an instant face turn.
No.
Right, yeah. Like, you expect he'd be the character to give, like, oh, someone gives him a Christmas gift and now he's reformed. Like, that's a cliche, but it's been done.
Yeah, oh, that could have gone great here. That doesn't happen. He stays grouchy.
Yeah.
But he's helping now.
Sure.
Another wave of his hands, Nostros consolidates the giant pile of bags into one big bag on the sleigh, and with Clement and Aurora still inside. And then he casts a spell on the reindeer to make them fly. That's it.
Hadn't thought of that until now?
I guess not.
Yeah.
And finally, in a bubble of light, Nostros floats onto the passenger seat of the sleigh next to Santa, still looking very disgruntled about all of this. He doesn't enjoy this at all, but he's out of options at this point, I guess.
Or does he enjoy it and just doesn't want to show that he's enjoying it?
You know?
Nostros seems like the kind of person who just is negative, but really wants to be, like, needed by somebody and something.
Yeah.
So perhaps that's it's just under the surface.
He could just be being a Grinch about it, where he's just like,
Yeah.
I'll bring back your Christmas, but I'm gonna look like I'm sour about it.
That's right.
I like that Mrs. Claus packed Santa a lunch.
Yeah.
She packed some sandwiches and apples. That's adorable.
Where'd they come from?
Hey, yeah, they don't have apples. They don't have trees.
They don't have grain.
Why does this taste like bear?
It's all just made of snow and ice anyway. It's nothing.
Look, I'm sorry. Some of the reindeer couldn't figure out flying.
That's
I
right.
made sandwiches out of them.
Oh, man.
And then laying a finger aside of his nose and winking to his wife, who does the same thing. That's their little signal to each other. Off they go, galloping down the runway. Not flying just yet, so Santa gives Nostros a look like, hey man, you gonna do something? Just to keep the suspense, just to leave the possibility open that he might just kill him to get out of this contract.
That's right.
But Nostros' eyes glow red again, and then the reindeer's eyes glow a similar red. Is he possessing them?
More or less, yeah.
It could be like more of a hive mind thing.
Okay. Asking them nicely via telepathy, I don't know. It looks creepy and weird.
It does. Red eyes are never a good guy thing.
No.
No, but speaking of creepy, weird eyes, remember those giant eyes we saw in the big storm that brought him here? Those are back for a second.
For some reason.
So I'm thinking, is something else going to happen here? No, they were just,
no.
I don't know how to paint a thunderstorm, so I'm just going to give it angry eyes.
That's right. If you don't know how to draw something.
Someone heard Eye of the Storm? Yeah.
That's right. I love it. I love that. That's what it is. Eyes of the Storm.
Yeah. But finally, up they go. They fly back over the workshop. Gretchen whispers, I love you, as they start flying around the world. What a weird way to keep the suspense going, though. What are those giant evil sky eyes?
No idea.
What's the, man, I should know this. The Brave Star ultimate villain, not Tex Hex.
Oh, goodness.
Jerry would be so ashamed.
Yeah, hold on. That was so long ago. Stampede. Because
that's what Stampede, like, he was a big cloud, usually dust, but a big cloud with face and...
Kinda, yeah. Or I thought Darkheart from one of the Care Bears movies.
Yes. Oh, man. Those 80s movies got dark.
Oh, yeah, they really did, man.
Yeah.
Well, now that they're airborne, Clement and Aurora poke their heads out of the bag, and both Santa and Nostros are surprised to see them. Santa tells Nostros to calm down, it's okay. And he takes out an hourglass to show him the night's just beginning. They're keeping the time with an hourglass, which is a fun and old-fashioned looking way to keep time, but it doesn't make much sense with how much they're showing him do loops across the sky.
Yeah.
We get one last song here called Santa's Ride.
It's Christmas Eve, I can't believe I'm flying in the sky with elves. Amazingly, this came to be in a land where magic dwells. Tonight, my fondest wish is coming true.
He's joined by Clement and Aurora, while Nostros just continues to sit with his arms folded.
Not giving Tim Curry a villain song, that's, yeah.
Yeah, they should have.
Agreed.
You have Tim Curry and you're not going to get him to sing?
Shame.
Song's not great, y'all, but it feels like it's all over the place, too.
I feel like the songs were all on the stuff we didn't really care for, and, like, same with the topics. Like, they spent so much time on all the stuff that doesn't actually answer anything.
Right.
Yeah. Like, all the songs are the same kind of sounding thing. Like, I remember the I Want to Give Everyone a Toy song, because it's just the I Want song, but it's not like it's great.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, but that at least had a rhythm to it. This is more of a stream of consciousness song.
Yeah.
Santa's so excited that tonight my wish is coming true. So fine, I guess. Could have been better.
It's open mic, spoken word.
It is open
at
mic,
the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Like Lois Lane's sung poem in Superman.
Yes.
Oh, it is. Wow, this is exactly that.
Oh, man.
Well done. We finally see him arrive at the first home he sees, lands on the roof, which is a weird place to park if you're going to try the front door first.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We know he was going to try that first because Aurora informs him, hey, the windows and doors are all locked. Going down the chimney is Clement's idea. Aurora says it's geometrically impossible for Santa to fit down a chimney, but Nostros gives a yawn, points his finger at Santa, turning him into a ray of light that shoots down the chimney where he lands face first onto the floor.
I mean, are we going to talk about why Aurora is constantly speaking in like non-magical reality terms while living in a society that does nothing based on non-magical reality?
Yeah.
Right? Like, why is it always geometrically impossible? It's like, well, come on, Aurora.
Yeah, why do you know that?
Like, Nostros does magic all the time.
It's like a magician's assistant, like, telling him the odds just so he can prove them wrong. I don't know.
She's C-3PO.
Yeah. Yeah. She's just the foil.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Ed Asner in his Ed Asner voice, never tell me the odds. Oh, Clement and Aurora get zapped down the chimney with Santa, so here we are, and sure enough, we find stockings hung up to dry by the fireplace, even though they responsibly put the fire out overnight. Or maybe Nostros put that out too, who knows? The song's still going on at this point, and as it continues, we switch from Santa going down the chimney himself to Clement and Aurora just dropping presents down chimneys as they fly by him. And then they just show swirls of magic floating through houses and over the heads of sleeping children. They're just getting lazy now.
Yeah. Or they've refined their pattern.
Gifts are on the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of lazy, it keeps cutting back to this map of the world, which, again, doesn't look like it's from a long time ago, but it shows the route starting in North America over Alaska and then across the Atlantic into Europe, and I'm like, no, that's backwards.
Yeah.
You're going the wrong way. You want to go against the rotation of the Earth. They even show the map turning it into a globe and spinning the correct way, but Santa's still flying the wrong way around it. Oh, first time flying around the world? Yeah, you want to go the other way.
Yeah, you want to.
One of the stops we see Santa make in his old hometown in Europe. Still as drab as ever, he comments as he delivers a huge, full-sized boat to that guy who let him borrow one.
Right.
Guess he owes him a boat since he broke the last one.
Yeah.
First, we see Clement and Aurora carrying a single oar and a life preserver ring, and then Nostros is behind them, carrying this giant boat on his back.
Again, reality means nothing to these elves.
No, I mean, he's using his magic to do it, but it's still on his back. We hear a splash, and the father and son look out the window to find a life-size version of the toy boat Santa once made for this kid sitting by the dock outside their home, with a big tag on it that says, Mr. Claus. I'm glad Santa remembered he borrowed that guy's boat and wrecked it.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's very sweet, actually, yeah, that he goes back and does that again.
Mm-hmm.
This does kind of feed itself into the list, though, because he's keeping score.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's watching. He knows. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Owed this guy a boat. Then the music shifts to something a bit more sinister as Santa sneaks into the home of his old landlord, Mr. Minch, who's awake and corners him with a club, assuming Nicholas is now a thief attempting to rob him.
So, you've turned into a thief, eh, Nicholas Claus?
Nope, he brought you a present. It's a new walking cane with your name on it.
That's right. It's a new stick to assault people.
That's right.
You are.
And Mr. Minch is stunned, saying, but I have nothing to give you in return. And Santa just smiles and winks at him. I wrote a note here that I'm going to bring up later, but now there's just one stop left on Angel's Island where his orphanage is. And just like the last time he tried to go there, a freak storm picks up. Is that place surrounded by some magic permanent storm to keep everyone else out?
Possibly.
Shutter Island.
It's Shutter Island, yeah. Yes. There's no entrance and no escape. How dare you attempt to adopt children?
That's right.
Yeah, it's got to be really hard to get those children homed.
Right.
Right.
You are home. Nostros tries to tell Santa there's no time to attempt to make this last stop, but Santa insists these are the children who always get forgotten, but not this time. And Aurora confirms it has to be done. Every child in the world means every child in the world, including the orphans in this weirdly forbidden island prison.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's very Island of Misfit Toys scenario. Yeah.
But the sky does clear up as they land on the orphanage roof. But while they're up there, Nostros turns to Clement and tells him,
I don't think that I've forgotten for 1 minute that this entire mess is all your fault.
yeah, kid, if you didn't trip and turn into that giant snowball and almost die, none of this would have happened. And Clement again starts to cry as Aurora takes his hand. What is this special doing? Is this special secretly about breaking the cycle of generational trauma?
I mean, possibly.
Yeah. Yes. Question mark? I feel like that's what every childhood special should be about, is like whatever trauma you've got, right? Let's try and break that pattern, right?
You know, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like they want to tell a bigger story with that, but then they don't tell that bigger story.
Yeah.
Right. The Nostros at the end is just like, he's good now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Inside the orphanage, Santa drops off his gifts. One kid's awake and tells him he's brought him a toy for Christmas, but the boy just walks away. He doesn't understand. So Santa explains,
I grew up in this very same orphanage, and I was very lonely. Do you know what I did to pass the time? I learned how to whittle.
and Santa gives this boy his own red pocket knife. I wonder if, like, the really superpower whittling power is in the pocket knife or if that's in Santa. I'm sure it's in Santa, but would have been cool to show him how to use it.
I don't know. Magic items are a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be a little of both.
The orphanage is going to be thrilled that one of their kids has a knife now.
I mean, Santa got away with it.
Yeah, where no one can get on or off the island. What could go wrong?
This boy gives Santa a hug, and the last gift of Christmas has been delivered. But when we're back in the air, we watch this last bit of sand fall to the bottom of the hourglass, and suddenly the reindeer start fumbling in the air as they appear to be losing their ability to fly. And Nostros growls, "I knew this would happen. You never should have disobeyed me and stopped at that orphanage." Well, if they didn't, then every child in the world wouldn't have gotten their toy, so which is it?
He doesn't know what he wants.
No, but Santa, this is when Santa finally turns to him. No.
I've done all I can do, but now we're doomed.
No, Nostros. You have not done all that you can. For throughout this entire process, you have steadfastly refused to believe. You never believed in my wish. You never believed in your magic. And what's worse, you never even believed in your own son.
See, this special really is about generational trauma.
That's right. That's right.
And they really bring it home by having Santa echo, "Son, son, son." It's a weird, it's not an effect. It's just Ed Asner repeating "son" over and over again, and it sounds awkward.
Your own son, 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 son.
He's just slowly stepping away from his mic in the studio, like, son.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like happened.
It is, yeah.
Like, all right, we're good. We got it. But now we're looking at fed up Santa from Nostros' point of view, looking down on him. This is a good angle, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gets up in his face and tells him,
Now, I'm not an elf, and I'm certainly not a scholar, but I do know that belief, above all else, is the one thing that really makes magic happen.
And Nostros looks at his son the way he should have this whole time and finally admits,
I believe in Santa Claus, and I believe in you, Kevin!
and as he shouts that into the wind, the hourglass flies off the sleigh and smashes into a lantern hanging over the back of it. We then see all the other elves and Mrs. Claus at the North Pole gathered at the end of the runway, waiting, watching the sky as we slowly start to see dawn arrive. And they're starting to say to themselves, "Oh, must have been too much for them." But as the sun peeks over the horizon, we see the sleigh flying home. But it's a rocky landing as Nostros continues to shout, "I believe!" That must be the only thing keeping them in the air at this point.
I think so.
Yeah.
This is a lot like the end of Elf. You made my sleigh fly. It's a rough crash landing into the snow, but everyone's okay, and all the elves cheer. Gretchen admits she didn't think she'd ever see her Santa again. Oh, really? You didn't believe in him either?
Come on, Gretchen.
All that hope and inspiration for that.
Yeah. Santa tells her nothing could keep him away from her. And here's that note I mentioned I wanted to bring up later. When Santa stopped at Mr. Minch's place, I wrote, "Oh, you've got nothing to give him in return? How about his wife's wedding ring back?"
Right?
Well, it turns out that's exactly what he did. It's a Christmas miracle.
You know, or Santa stole it. He's like, this is mine, dude. Like,
Well, speaking of Christmas miracles, Nostros has an announcement. He's got his magic book open and tells everyone he's discovered a Claus, so to speak. Remember that power of the unanimous vote? Well, not only could one erase a wish, but one could also be used to bestow honorary elfhood. And Nostros proposes they bestow elfhood status and the immortality that goes with it, that no one's mentioned until now, upon both Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus. He called him Santa.
Yeah, he did.
And the eyes have it as a wisp of magic surrounds Santa. We don't see it do the same to Mrs. Claus, though. Rude.
They heard what she said.
She was mentioned. She was mentioned in the vote, so I guess she'll be okay.
And they're just taking this from Life and Adventures of Santa Claus now. It's like, oh, we're voting on his immortality. Yeah.
Oh, they really are.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Up here's the mantle of immortality.
Yeah. And also when it happens, like there's the magic effect and like he gains maybe 20 pounds.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. It's like he's already like looks like Santa.
That's the elf magic. But the Nostros is really skinny.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it's an impact on the human organism.
Oh, could be.
Know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bloating because of the magic. Clement then asks, does this mean we'll be doing this all again next year? And Santa confirms they will be doing it again next year and every year forever. Well, as long as everyone's on board, I guess it's not so bad.
Right? What if they get like the flu? What if there's an outbreak?
We get a reprise of Give Every Child in the World a Toy as the elves all give gifts to each other. Clement gives Aurora an abacus because she's a math geek. And Aurora gives Clement a magic hat to match his dad's. Wait, they couldn't just make those?
Yeah.
That could have solved a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Everyone a magic hat.
Yeah, right? You got a magic hat. But that's it. That's the story of Santa Claus, or at least it certainly was a story of Santa Claus.
Of all the origin stories, this is like the least weird.
You know?
Because you got like Santa Claus is coming to town, kind of weird. The L. Frank Baum one, very weird.
Yeah.
And then the 1980s movie is like kind of weird.
Yeah.
This is just like pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more straightforward because they didn't go into the details of actual like information.
Yeah, we're just missing too much.
They just kind of skirted around all of it.
Yeah,
you know that part. Yeah.
I wanted it to get weirder.
Yeah.
Me too.
If you have magic that is written in the stars, like, you know, do something with that.
Yeah. Hey, could you fall in this hole for a second so I can save your life and make a better wish?
That's right.
This one felt off. It started pretty nicely, but when they hitched their wagon to Santa's wish endangered every elf alive thanks to not thinking about supply and demand, and their solution of, if you can put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything, feels more like, oh, we're just okay with it now.
Yeah.
They work better under pressure. Fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the conflict is very limited beyond just everything. Like, if you don't do this, the elves are all going to die, but Nostros is the only one who has any issue. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But this was still a pretty fun one to watch and talk about. Thank you both so much for sticking with me for this.
Yeah. I loved it. Yeah. It's a fun one.
And the commercials were nostalgic too.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was that Name That Tune commercial?
I don't even know.
Honey, I really don't think this is a good idea. There's a place right up.
Well, what do we got here?
I can name that tune in 4 notes. Delta Dawn.
Name that tune.
With 3 musical games to play and 300 songs.
I know that one. Time's up.
Woo-hoo.
Oh.
I can name that tune in 5 notes.
3.
The gang's all here. Tiger's new Name That Tune. Fun for the whole gang.
Are you experiencing racism on the subway?
Right.
Very strange.
Mike, I feel like this is the second episode of yours I've done in a row where there's been McDonald's rehashing Little Mermaid.
Hey, yeah, that was in the. Yeah, you're right. That was in what was it? Santa versus the Snowman? Yeah, because that was 97. Oh, it was the same year. It was the broadcast from the same year.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if people dare to navigate the monstrous living storm that is the internet to check out what else you're doing, let's point them in the right direction. Where should they look for you, Jeff?
You can find me at thelostchristmaspodcast.com, or you can find me on any of your podcast platforms. I've got, I'm seasonal. I'm not as ambitious as others. So you find me from October through Christmas and into Epiphany. But yeah, you can find me anywhere there. You can reach out to me on social media too. Be on the lookout for the new season starting in the Burr months. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Nice. And Colin.
So social media is just at Scrooge Pod everywhere. All your normal social media, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube, Scrooge A Christmas Carol podcast, or any podcast app. I do a little bit in the regular months, off season, do one a month, just kind of what I feel like Christmas Carol related. And then the main show is November and December. This year is going to be post Muppets up through 2001. So it's going to be called Not Your Father's Ebenezer Scrooge. Lots of twists on the material. You got female Scrooges and Western Scrooges and all kinds of Scrooges.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I know the Western one.
Yes. Yeah.
Love it. That's amazing, Colin.
Thank you.
Yeah, please check out both their shows. They're great. You can find the links in the show notes of this episode. And to follow me, just go to adventcalendar.house and you can figure it out from there. And that wraps up another summer in the Advent Calendar House. I should be back again on November 1st for Christmas Podcast Day, but I've already clocked in on what I'm going to do, so I will talk to you again in due time. Until then, for Colin and Jeff from the world's most securely guarded orphanage by supernatural hallucinogenic thunderstorms, this is Mike Westfall wishing you a very Merry Christmas in July. Mind the icy patch, and don't forget to wind your watch or your hourglass. Good night, y'all. Now, I'm not an elf, and I'm not a scholar, but I do believe above all else is one thing. Oh, what? I do know believing? I'm going to put the quote in here. Who cares? It's what really makes magic happen.
Magic quote.
Yes. This has been a presentation of the Retro Network.
Let's go out on a date tonight.